There's plenty happening in Egypt right now, and our friends at House of Travel say it's the time to start thinking of an African escape. Cairo's brand new Egyptian museum is set to open, which will feature the entire Tutankhamun collection. House of Travel's Jeff Leckey joins us this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
I hear everyone is booking, and so we've got to get onto this very quickly. Why are they booking? What are the attractions we want to see in Egypt?
I think Egypt's one of those emotive destinations, isn't it? You know, as children, we grow up with images of the pyramids and stories about mummies, and it kind of all that feeds into the reason why you want to go, I think. And we have this amazing 12-day experience that you can do with our friends from Viking Cruises. And so you fly into Cairo, you enjoy 3 nights. That's the image there of the wee Viking ship. It only takes 82 people with 40 staff. So I think it's the best way to do the Nile. You start your journey in Egypt. You'll go out to the pyramids at Giza. You'll see the Sphinx. And by the end of this year, the Grand Egyptian Museum will be open at the cost of over $1 billion. It'll be the home to the Tutankhamun collection. From there, you fly down to Luxor, where you'll see Karnak, and the ancient city of Thebes is where Luxor is now. From there, you'll cruise down the Nile. You'll see things like hippopotamus and crocodile. You'll get to visit Nubian villages, and you'll go all the way down to Aswan. And then from Aswan, you can do a side trip to Abu Simbel, which was the temple that they moved when they built the Aswan Dam. So wow. This is a holiday for people who love history, people who love archaeology. I was inspired by some books by Christian Jacques. He wrote 5 books about Ramesses II. Now, the pharaohs were sort of held up as gods, and at a time when the average lifespan was 35 years, Ramesses lived until he was in his 90s. So no wonder they thought he was a god, wow. Right? And he was the sort of instigator behind most of these big constructions at Karnak and Aswan and Abu Simbel, so he left a huge legacy there.
What did they build them for?
I think reading the books by Christian Jacques really brought it alive for me, because there were reasons behind why those temples were placed where they were and what they were for. And so some were tributes to his wives, some were tributes to events, some were to honour wars. And obviously there's the whole mystery of the hieroglyphics, and then when they found the Rosetta Stone and they could finally translate the hieroglyphics. If you want to get inspired, go to the exhibit at the Auckland Museum. It'll bring it all back, and if you haven't been there, it'll inspire you to want to go. And this wee Viking cruise is escorted right from the start to the finish. You've got historians with you, you've got Egyptologists with you, archaeologists, so they'll bring the journey alive, especially when you go to like the Valley of the Kings and you get to go in the tombs. And yeah.
And you always have so many questions as well, and you can just ask them right there. Tell us about the deal you've got. So
the thing with Egypt, and obviously this particular Viking ship takes 82 people, so it's sold out this year. It's almost sold out for 2024. So popular that we've even opened bookings through to 2026. So this is an 11-night package. The price here is based on a departure in September 25, 11,195 Australian dollars. You can book now and lock in that price, so it's a great way of inflation proofing.
Yes.
And the best time to go, in my opinion, is from October through to May, when it's a little bit cooler. Otherwise, if you go in June, July, August, you know, you've got temperatures in the 40s, and when you're going to be going around ancient monuments and temples and things, you kind of don't want to go in that super heat of the time.
Yeah, and you want to take your time as well.
You do.
Okay, thank you so much for coming in this morning. That's House of Travel's Jeff Leckey. Thanks to our partners at House of Travel.